Reversus.
Revolvus.
Returnus.
Resolvus.
Elio.
Alio.
Redux.
Reducio.
Is it Reducio? Reducio? Reducio. Hello everyone and welcome back to Cackle's After Dark, the podcast that takes a deep dive into the bubbling cauldron that is CITV's The Worst Witch. We are here for episode 2 and I have a very special guest in the studio with me. She was the brains to Drusilla's brawn, the mastermind behind the mischief. It's Katy Allen, everyone! Welcome, Katy!
Thank you for having me.
So, I think you were one of the first people that I told about this podcast when I had the idea about a year ago. My original idea was maybe to do a sort of Drusilla OnlyFans. Niche, just me sitting in my boxers, sort of stroking a broom. But yeah, I decided against that.
That's a shame.
In the end. Would you have paid for that?
No.
I reckon a few people might have. And so here we are. Welcome to the studio. So I think we should start with when we first met. Can you remember that?
Canada?
I think it was Canada.
I think it was.
Obviously, it was season 2.
Yes.
Ethel had decided to give herself a little bit of a facelift.
A witch over.
Was that what it was called?
I believe it's called a witch over.
A witch over. She was like the original Katie Price, wasn't she? Just giving herself a new face.
Yes.
Like changing herself before Ozempic was a thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So you came in as our amazing second Ethel. And yeah, I think we were filming in Canada at the beginning, weren't we?
Yeah.
And you guys were already there. It was GCSEs year, so I was still back in Cardiff, scribbling away, trying to get my GCSEs done. And then I think that was the first time we met, wasn't it, when I rocked up in Montreal?
Yes, I think so. I think I'd seen you at a costume fitting, but you were leaving as I was arriving, or there was something that we'd never actually crossed paths.
Oh, did we not say hello?
No, because I seem to just remember seeing you being whisked out of a room.
Oh.
And that was it. That was my flash of Holly.
The paparazzi were waiting for me, no doubt. Had to get taken out with a blanket over my head like Michael Jackson's kid.
Exactly. But I think the first time we actually met was, Montreal.
In that massive hotel.
Huge hotel.
That lovely hotel. I can't remember what it was called. Can you?
Hotel du Parc?
Hotel du Parc.
Have I made that up?
I think that's right.
We'll go with it.
We'll go with Hotel du Parc.
Yeah.
And I remember what I was wearing. I had my hair in space bumps, very 1990s, massive buffalo boots, really thick silver eyeliner. And I think I needed a wee, and I think you took me off to the toilet.
Oh,
in reception.
Nice. Oh, that was nice of me.
Yeah, and then it was that was how the friendship blossomed.
Yeah, well, we really were joined at the hip a bit.
Joined at the broom.
Joined at the broom, because all our scenes were obviously 9 times out of 10 we were in the scene together.
Yeah.
So therefore we were off the scene together. So we spent all our time really with one another.
Yeah, because the others, like the good witches, would go off and do their little bits. Then we'd have our little scenes. Yeah. So I do remember us having quite a lot of time to go and like potter in Richmond and Kingston.
Yes. Because that was sort of more the second year that I did. So you were third year, because then I was old enough to not need to be
chaperones.
So we could go into Richmond and do shopping and things. Whereas that first year, we had to do tutoring, or I had to do tutoring when I wasn't on set.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, once you're 16, you're kind of counted as an adult. So you can do whatever you want. But up until 16, it's very, very strict with kind of your filming hours and
school time,
tutoring. Let's talk about tutoring, shall we?
I don't know why I couldn't tolerate it. Because at school I was absolutely fine, and I genuinely think it was because of the excitement of filming. Mm-hmm. Then I couldn't go to just sit in a room and be stared at while I did some work. So I constantly tried to find ways to not have to go to tutoring.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm sure it was Jo and I, not to get her into trouble with me, but I'm pretty sure we would hide sometimes to not have to go to tutoring behind the set. So do you remember sort of in the studio, you'd have the, I don't know, potions lab set up, and then around it would be those big MDF boards and hoarding. And I remember Joe and I hiding behind them and hearing the chaperone calling our names, but just staying dead still. And then she started asking the crew if they'd seen us. And the lighting gaffer looked directly at us and turned to her and said, "No, I've not seen them."
Oh, they were on our side, weren't they? The gaffers and the sparks.
Yeah.
A lot of the crew really enabled our mischief because we were a bit naughty, weren't we?
Well, some more than others. I'd say I was pretty well behaved, actually.
Me too.
Sure.
I was.
Sure.
I was. We weren't sort of Drew Barrymore on crack naughty.
No, but we just tried to get away with, as much as we could.
As we could.
Because we were having this new freedom, I think, or I certainly was.
Completely. And there was definitely an element of, like you said, we were having so much fun on set and doing all of this amazing, weird stuff. And then it would be like, oh, girls have to be in tutoring now, go and do, World War II homework. And it just kind of dampened the mood a bit, didn't it, have to go do that. Another mischievous thing, the bubble bath jacuzzi, were you in on that?
Nope.
Oh, maybe that was season 1. So, bubble bath jacuzzi. I think we were in a hotel in Canada. We got out of bed at midnight, snuck into the little spa area, took all of our miniature bubble baths from our rooms, put the jacuzzi on, and filled up the jacuzzis with all of these bubble baths, not knowing the effects that might have. And the amount of bubbles was ridiculous. It did look like something out of potions class.
I would never have been involved in that.
You wouldn't. No?
It's too good, too well behaved.
Well, not now. We'll lead on to that.
There's nothing to lead on to.
I don't know. We haven't talked about the worst witch weddings yet, buddy. So let's talk about how it was to step into the shoes of Ethel.
Terrifying, truthfully. I was so nervous to join and to meet everybody, because obviously you'd all been together for a year. You all knew each other. You'd all filmed together, and that was broken up a bit. And I was coming in afresh, so nervous. And also, it was my first TV job, so everything was new. So even the lead up to filming, having to go for a medical, I've never done that before, having a costume fitting, having trials with your hair to see how it looks on screen, all of that was completely new. So everything was sort of building up to this moment of being on set as Ethel. So I remember it just feeling really huge, and then starting filming and thinking, oh, this is really lovely. It's really nice. Everyone's really nice. And it just sort of became normal. But I think before doing it, it seemed so huge.
And I think it was for all of us, because none of us had really done much. I'd done some weird Gulf War drama with Christopher Eccleston when I was 6.
You dropping that in?
Just dropping that in, casually. But apart from that, none of us had really done anything. And I think that's kind of why they cast us as well. They didn't want jazz hands, did they? No. They wanted sort of natural raw talent and teenagers that kind of behaved like teenagers.
Yeah,
I guess
teenage girls would. Yeah.
But we became very close very quickly, didn't we?
We did.
Did we?
We did.
Did you like me from the beginning?
I was intimidated by you at the beginning.
It was the buffalo boots.
The buffalo boots. You were so stylish. You were so cool. Yeah, you were intimidating.
But not for long.
No, not for... God, then I got to know you.
And then I started talking.
Yes.
Absolutely full of shit and nonsense. But we had such a lovely time, didn't we? So, yeah, we used to go and... We used to do a lot of shopping, didn't we?
Yeah.
When we had quite a lot of disposable cash at our fingertips, we used to go and buy nice clothes, didn't we?
Yeah.
let's talk about the what does the word blue Hawaii mean to you, Katy Allen?
I mean, we did pop to the Blue Hawaii, which is a establishment that was in Kingston upon Thames.
Yeah, it's Kingston upon Thames's most famous watering hole, I believe.
I believe there was a time when it was the place to be.
Blue Hawaii was this cheesy tiki bar, and they had these buy one get one free lurid cocktails, and we enjoyed a few of those, didn't we?
Yeah, we probably kept them in business, actually.
I think so.
And I believe we frequented it on a couple of occasions.
We did.
And had some of their renowned cocktails.
Yeah. I think it was the only place that we could find that would serve us alcohol.
Yeah.
In the whole of South London.
Yeah. Without needing an ID.
Yeah.
No ID needed it.
Even though we did have, remember our fake IDs we had from the back of like Ms. magazine?
I don't know where that came from.
We ate a lot of nachos, a lot of puddings.
Yeah. We ate well. I mean, I know you and Georgie discussed this, but the food was incredible. I always remember feeling very happy at lunchtime.
Oh, like the food on set was delicious.
Yes.
The food, like on location, was really, really good.
At the studios, I basically lived off bean and cheese toasties at lunchtime. And then they do a chocolate pudding cake.
Yeah.
And would put it in the microwave and then put on a dollop of vanilla ice cream.
And we would sit in the cafeteria, have our bean and cheese toasties. I was more pesto pasta, but there was always a TV on with MTV.
Yes.
With like Billy Piper playing.
Yeah.
What would you say was your favourite scene to film?
Ooh. I think my favourite scenes were my first few scenes that we did together in Canada, because it was so exciting. And we were in swimming costumes, our Cackle's Academy swimwear.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that never caught on as a fashion.
For those that can't remember it, what was the swimming costume like?
It was an all-in-one shorts-based costume that I think was grey and black horizontal stripes.
The Cackle's colours.
Cackle's colours. And then it had the Cackle's emblem stitched in on the chest.
Did it?
Chest, yeah.
And then can you remember by season 3, because we developed boobies, we had to be binded, didn't we?
Well, I think you did. I don't think I had anything there. But that was my favourite few scenes, the ones out in Canada by the river. It was the episode where Mildred had taken her cat away and she shouldn't have done.
I watched that last night.
Oh, did you?
I did.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but you and I, or Ethel and Drusilla, then see the tabby cat on a boat. So we untie the boat and it goes off into the rapids.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to us, Miss Hardbroom is unconscious on board. I mean, dark.
Yeah.
Stuff, really.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You remember it so well.
Yes.
They say to Mildred, Tabby's a shit cat.
That's it, Tabby.
She's a really cruddy familiar. She makes your broom go wonky. So you're going to leave her back at Cackle's and we're going to give you this black cat. But she obviously doesn't take the black cat and she takes Tabby with her. Meanwhile, this dragon overlord has been accidentally summoned by Merlin Loppylugs. And so, yeah, there's quite a lot of drama. And it's me and Maud that team together to help save the day in that episode, which didn't happen very often.
No, but that was one of my, favourites to film.
Aww.
And then also, another episode I really enjoyed filming or scene was when Ethel and Drusilla set a tornado loose in Cackle's Academy.
Did we?
Or a hurricane.
Standard.
Some sort of storm. And then everyone had to escape. and they brought in one of those giant industrial fans that they put, do you remember this? And they put it at the end of the corridor, and we all had to run towards it as if we were escaping while it was like blowing wind in our face to make it look like a storm brewing. My memory for detail isn't great, but I do remember that giant fan being brought in and all of us attempting to run against it.
Because Georgie's memory for the details of those 3 is incredible. She's just got an amazing memory for detail.
Did she remember the times she was very Mildred-esque? And I don't know if you remember this, but often we'd come in at the end of the scene to say something sort of...
snidey.
Yes. Whilst Georgie was exiting the scene as Mildred.
Yeah.
And she'd always think that she cleared frame, but we'd just be stood in the back of shot, and all the time we'd hear, Georgie, we can see you. Just half a plat. Yeah. Georgie, just one more step up, please, and then you're out of the shot. Or once in Canada, and she was in the back of shot and then hid behind a tree. The director was like, Georgie, we can still see you behind the tree. I used to love that.
She is Mildred.
She is.
She's got a lot of Mildred in her.
Yeah.
She is one of the most intelligent women I know. Yeah. She is so smart, but there's definitely a lot of Mildred still in her.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
All right, another words. I want to unlock another core memory. You ready?
I'm ready.
Eardrops.
Oh, yeah. So, as much as I enjoyed filming the river scenes in Canada, it did cause me to get quite a severe ear infection. And I had to go to the doctors over there and get some eardrops. Now, I wasn't allowed to administer the eardrops myself because what 15-year-old can possibly put her own eardrops in? So the chaperone had to do it. And every 4 hours, every 6 hours, something like that, I'd just hear, Katy, eardrops. And she'd come in, wouldn't she, to do that wherever we were, to put 3 drops in my ear to clear up this infection. And it drove me insane.
Yeah, you could have been legally married in a few months' time and they were still administering your medication for you.
I still have nightmares. Sometimes I hear, Katy, eardrops.
After season 3 wrapped, we kept in contact for a while, didn't we? And then we kind of all went off to uni. You went to the States, Georgie went to the States.
Yeah, we drifted a bit, didn't we?
I went to Cornwall. And we drifted a bit. And then it was only when kind of social media became a thing and we all got on the old MySpace and Facebook that we kind of got back in contact.
We all met up to try and book a hotel. We were like, oh, wouldn't it be lovely to stay at an oldie worldy hotel, and it's got to have a log fire, and if they had their own dog that came to greet you when you came in. And we were putting all these requirements in for a hotel, and then it became quickly apparent that was not within our budget and also didn't exist.
No, and I think it was probably some kind of Premier, was it?
I don't think it was as sort of well established as a Premier Inn. It's more of a guest house.
Was it?
Type establishment, yeah.
And I remember when we rocked up, we hadn't seen each other for ages and we were both smoking Marlboro Lights.
Yeah.
Chuffing on our Marlboro Lights.
On our Marlboro Lights at the wedding.
Oh, God. We gave up, though, quite quickly, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did. So we've got a couple of questions now from our Substack subscribers. So one of them was, were there any life experiences that you had that helped you get into the part of Ethel?
Oh, I think I was actually quite Ethel-esque in some respects at the time. I mean, Ethel is a rule follower. She loves the rules. She wants everyone to abide by those rules. And she only really gets annoyed when they don't. And I was very like that. You know, if someone told me to do something, I did it. I didn't question it. I did what I was told. I think that suited me well to Ethel. And also, Ethel was incredibly intelligent. We were very alike in that regard.
You got your GCSEs, didn't you? Just?
Yeah, I got a couple. No, I did actually. Thank you.
That's quite an interesting point, though, actually, because I think we all did really well in school, didn't we? Despite being on set. I remember when I got cast, my school were really worried that I was going to, lose my academic flair and go off the rails. And we did really well in school. We all got our GCSEs, great grades. Yeah, I got a first-class degree.
I just feel like you're bringing this up just so you can mention your accolades and your education.
Well, yours as well. You went off to drama school.
Yes, didn't require any grades for that, but yeah, I did. But yeah, I think, going back, I think that was quite an Ethel-like quality. I'd like to think anyway that her arrogance and vindictive nature was nothing like me at all. But I was at an all-girls school, high school at this point, and so I'd certainly encountered girls who had, shall we say, that type of quality to them and been on the receiving end of it. So I could definitely draw on that to bring into Ethel for sure.
And you liked a high ponytail with a black ribbon as well, didn't you?
Who didn't?
Still do. Okay, the next question.
Okay.
If you, Katy Allen, could have an animal as a familiar instead of a cat, what would you have?
Oh, now this is tricky. So I've got all the animals to choose from.
Well, any you want in the whole of the animal kingdom.
Oh, you should have given me more time with this one.
Sorry. We both like dogs, don't we?
Oh, love dogs.
I was going to say we're both doggers. That's definitely not true.
No, that's
not
the right word.
That's not the right word, is it? We both love dogs. I've got my chihuahuas. You've had lovely dogs in the past.
But I'm just thinking what would be a helpful animal in a way as well.
Don't have to take it that seriously, mate.
Oh, do I not?
You can do if you want to.
I think it's like a koala. I'd like to go exotic. Don't laugh at a koala.
Well, I'm laughing at a koala because do you know that koalas are riddled with STDs?
Oh,
it's true. They're
just cute.
They're really cute.
But
you don't want to have one near you.
No, you're right. I'll stick with a domestic dog that's STD free.
What would it be called? Your witchy dog?
Bartholomew.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Love that. What kind of breed would it be?
Labrador.
Nice. Mine would be a blobfish.
A blobfish?
I love blobfishes.
I don't think I've ever seen a blobfish.
It's like this pink blob and it's got... I can't even describe it. It's got a face like an old man. It's got this big blobby nose. And I just think it would be amazing to be a witch and have like a little cauldron with a blobfish poking out of it.
Be niche again, for sure. But that'd be odd. There's Ethel with a lovely Labrador called Bartholomew, and Drusilla comes along with a blobfish in a tank.
In a cauldron.
Cauldron, sorry.
Yeah. Bob the blob.
It'd be a combination.
So this is a question from my girlfriend's daughter, Ava Bear, who loves The Worst Witch. Her question for you is, what was it like having to be mean every day?
I absolutely loved it. Didn't you?
I loved it.
I loved it. When else can you be nasty and horrible?
And walk around with a scowl on your face constantly with your arms crossed.
Looking down your nose at everybody.
It was so much fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Definitely. And we got to do so many of the fun scenes.
Yeah.
All the plotting, all the planning, spell casting.
Yeah. I loved it. I love being mean.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? We just had such a good laugh.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
And especially in season 3, we had been in hotels for the first 2 seasons. And I think by season 3, a few of us were 16, so we no longer needed a chaperone. And so they got us this beautiful flat, didn't they, in Richmond?
Yeah.
And you were just over all the time.
Well, it felt so grown up, didn't it?
For 3 16-year-old girls just to be living independently in a flat in Richmond, there was a lot of trust there.
Yeah, misplaced, I would say.
Hey, we turned up on set every day.
Well, I mean, you did turn up on set every day. Did you turn up prepared to work every day?
We turned up on micro scooters every day because it was the beginnings of micro scooter era. And again, we had quite a lot of disposable cash at the time.
Yeah.
Don't anymore, but we were all bought these micro scooters. And so we used to scoot down the hill to set every day. Can you remember that? Did you have one as well?
No, I didn't have a micro scooter.
So let's talk finances. We were earning quite a lot of money for teenagers. Were you sensible with your earnings?
Yes, to a degree. I think because I had parents who were like, this goes in a savings account. So a lot of it did go into savings, and then a lot of it went, as we've said before, to the clothes shops of Richmond. I think Topshop, a lot of my money. Diesel jeans.
I was going to say we loved a bit of Diesel, didn't
Loved a
we?
bit of Diesel. They got a fair bit of my money.
Trainers.
Yeah.
Those custard shop bags that were the like asymmetric bags. I loved those.
I don't remember
I had a
those.
few of those. And my mum and dad were pretty liberal and pretty progressive, and they just said, you've worked really hard for this money, so you can do with it whatever you want. And so I kind of did. I did put myself through uni, you know, I did loads of travelling.
Yeah.
So I didn't spend it unwisely,
No.
but there's certainly none left.
No.
And those royalty checks are few and far between these days, aren't they?
They are, sadly. Yeah, they are.
I had one last week.
Oh, did you?
45 quid. Because my agent at the time, the amazing Peter Waldridge, who's a legend in the industry in Wales, but he was my agent back then, and he still deals with my worst witch finances now. You know, there's not much coming through, as we both know. Let's tell them about our the BritBox debacle. To cut a long story short, I wrote to BritBox and I said, we're the cast of The Worst Witch, the original series. I see that you've got our beautiful faces on your amazing streaming show. Do we get some money for this, please? And no joke, the answer I got back was, lovely to hear from you, Holly. Unfortunately, we won't be able to issue any payments as we don't issue payments smaller than 25 pence. That's what we were going to get, less than 25p. Anything else you want to chat about, Katy Allen?
Well, I don't know if you want to chat about this, but do you remember when you lost your boarding pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was season 3, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, on the way to Canada.
Yeah. It was the time when, it was just how it was done at the time, when you got a paper boarding pass.
Yeah.
You had to keep with your passport.
Yeah, and I think I'd gone to WH Smith to get myself like a magazine and a Pepperami or something, and the boarding pass fell out of the little slip.
Yeah, but if you remember, we'd been given a talk about if we were going to have our own boarding passes and passport, how we had to look after them, because they were very important and we couldn't lose them. And we're like, yes, fine, we'll have our own boarding pass.
Of course I can look after it.
I'm not going to lose it. And then you lost it.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't let you board the plane. And then everybody else, I remember, got on the plane and we were at the gate while the chaperone was on the phone to production, because they had to buy you another ticket, didn't they, to get on the plane?
Yeah, they did.
We were the last people that got on the plane.
Yeah.
Because of you.
And can you remember one time Harshna came back and she'd been to a wedding that weekend and she was covered in beautiful henna, Mendy.
Yes.
That didn't go down well. Had to do a scene with her arms behind her back, I think.
And Jo had lovely nails. That with lovely nails one year, didn't she? That had been paint like French
Manicured.
tip. That's it. And that was straight off.
Oh God, we were a nightmare. We were a nightmare. We have lots of listeners in Mexico. There's a huge Worst Witch following in Mexico, and we love Mexico.
I do love Mexico.
Do you want to tell them about our little jolly that we took to Tulum, to the Yucatan coast?
We had an amazing time, didn't we? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
With Poppy as well.
With Poppy, because we've got almost a little gang made up of Worst Witch friends, uni friends, work friends. And we had a blast, didn't we?
We had a lovely
time. Such an amazing time.
Yeah, the food. Again, and I hate to harp on about food, but it's very important to me, and I know it's important to you. The food there was incredible. We ate so much guacamole and chips.
Oh, amazing. Tacos.
To the point where we'd go out for dinner and we'd all agree we're not going to have any guacamole before we order food, because all we do is fill up on the guac.
And we always did.
And then we still always ordered it.
Oh, and remember I fell asleep in my chicken mole one evening.
Oh, I remember you vomited up your mole one evening.
Fake news again. just making up stories for attention. But that was amazing. We had an awesome time.
Such a beautiful place and such lovely, friendly people.
Oh, well, I've been back twice since then, because I've done loads of travelling.
Yeah.
I love Mexico.
Yeah, we were sitting on the street and we ate that chicken that we bought in the
the market in Valladolid.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is one of my favourite places. That food market there. It's an amazing country. I would happily move to Mexico. Let's do some spells.
Okay.
What is the spell for turning a human into a pig?
Into a pig?
Shall I give you a clue?
Go on.
Alvarix.
Alvarix, Orcus, Transfrogomorphus.
Troticus.
Yeah.
Spoticus.
Spoticus.
Transferus.
Porcus.
Yay! Still there. It's still there. We definitely didn't do 3 takes of that. Thank you so much for listening to episode 2. We have a giveaway for you. Amazing artist and illustrator Ragtag Ratbag has gifted us this amazing Cackles After Dark print. We're going to be giving 2 away. One is going to be for paid Substack subscribers only. The other is for our social media followers. So keep your eyes peeled for more info online. Paid Substack subscribers get extra content in their inboxes every week. See you next time. Onwards.
Ever striving onwards.
You had to get the last word, didn't you, Ethel? This podcast was written, hosted and edited by Holly Rivers. Music was by Paul K. Joyce. It was recorded at the podcast room. And the magic was provided by Jill Murphy, always.